Ed and Lorraine Warren are two of the most controversial yet probably well-known paranormal investigators, arguably in history. Obviously projected and propelled to fame by the Conjuring franchise, their stories inspired the legendary horror franchise and all of the films that were, well, part of the franchise. But Ed Warren seems to have some naughty little skeletons hidden in his closet, as apparently the Conjuring couple hide a creepy real-life affair between the demonologist and an underage girl. I mean, I was like on the fence with, Ed and Lorraine Warren. I didn't particularly care about whether their stories were fake or if they were real demonologists and paranormal investigators. I thought that the films were fantastic. But this is one thing that I don't think anybody can condone. Affairs with an underage girl. Horrific stuff, but we'll read on to see if it is simply strange. So, the real-life demonologist that the Conjuring horror film franchise is based on may have been keeping a creepy secret. The Hollywood Reporter revealed on Wednesday, well, this was a few years old, this article, but I'm only just discovering it, that legal filings and recordings that they obtained show top studio executives of the movie franchise were made aware of allegations that Ed Warren, depicted by Patrick Wilson, initiated a relationship with an underage girl with his wife Lorraine's knowledge. Which is weird. I mean, the fact that Lorraine was actually aware that he was having an underage affair is weird in itself as well. So, The Conjuring movie tells the story of the married couple of paranormal investigators who work together to help people terrorized by ghosts and demons. We all know how it goes. Judith Penny, now in her 70s, reportedly said in a sworn declaration that she lived in the Warrens' house as Ed's lover for 4 decades. That's 40 years, by the way. She said the relationship started when she was just 15. Now, I don't care who you are. That's creepy. That's hella creepy. That's disgustingly creepy. An attorney for the studio... The magazine noted that it's unclear whether Warner Bros. Took any action in response to the allegations. 2016's The Conjuring 2 depicts the Warrens as a happy couple in the conventional marriage. An attorney for the studio claimed in court papers that a disgruntled author and a producer are suing over profits from the franchise and are spreading rumours as part of a, quote, vendetta. Ed died in 2006, and Lorraine Warren's attorney, Gary Barkin, claimed that the family had no knowledge of the allegations. Barkin told The Hollywood Reporter that Penny wasn't Ed's secret lover. Now, it's interesting that, obviously, we've got a couple of takes there. We've obviously got the take of Penny, or Miss Penny, who has said that she literally lived in the house for 4 decades. She had secret relations with him starting when she was 15 years old. And Lorraine was completely in the know about it. Yet the attorneys and the family are saying, oh, we don't know anything about that. Nothing at all. I mean, of course, they're not going to admit to it because they are literally on the pedestal of the planet, especially with the Conjuring franchise, arguably being one of the best horror movie franchises out there and Warner Bros.'s baby. So they're going to want to do everything that they can to protect the integrity of the movies, at least. And considering... Warner Bros. Literally paid for Ed and Lorraine Warren's life stories, and they practically own them. They're kind of, Ed and Lorraine Warren are kind of Warner Bros. Property. They're going to want to look after their assets. Anyway, the Warrens opened their home to Miss Penny when she was 18 and had nowhere else to live following a childhood of neglect, wrote an attorney. During much of their career, Ed and Lorraine Warren were on the road working on cases and giving lectures, and Miss Penny lived and watched their house. Lorraine, now 90, is suffering from declining health, her lawyer said. Penny is reportedly not involved with the litigation over the films. The Hollywood Reporter said Ed was in his mid-30s when he allegedly first met a teenage Penny. At the time, he was working as a city bus driver in Monroe, Connecticut, to make ends meet. I mean, a man in his mid-30s, and obviously she allegedly being 15, that's kind of creepy. A 20-year age gap between them. I mean, come on, man. Let's read between the lines here. In a legal declaration she provided on November 2014, Penny claimed that she and Ed began an amorous relationship. And by 1963, she moved into the Warrens' home where she allegedly had a sexual relationship with Ed. Oh my God. And Lorraine was just completely cool with this. She was just like, yeah, Ed, crack on. In 1963, Penny was arrested after a concerned citizen reported her relationship with Ed to the local police. According to the Hollywood Reporter, she eventually was ordered by the court to attend a delinquent youth office for a month. Penny insisted that Ed would pick her up from school every week and then drive her to the mandated meetings. So why was she in trouble? Also, delinquent youth, obviously that would mean that she's underage. She's not actually an adult, because it wouldn't be a youth office if it was if she was overage. But at the same time, like, Penny was arrested after a concerned citizen reported her relationship with Ed to the local police. Why is she getting in trouble for this? Why is she the one getting arrested and Ed Warren not being in trouble at all? If she's underage and Ed Warren's having sexual relations, I mean, even if she was overage, right, and she was, like, of a legal age, if it was consensual, then why was she being arrested? At the same time, why is she... I don't understand why she's being arrested, but anyway. To cover their tracks, the Warrens allegedly claimed that she was either a niece or a poor girl that they'd taken in out of charity. Penny alleged that in 1978 she became pregnant with Ed's child, but was persuaded by Lorraine to have an abortion to avoid public scandal, which could result in the end of their successful ghost hunting business. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting that. I only knew about, like, the underage stuff, and I saw the headline and I was like, oh, I'll talk about that as a topic, but damn. I mean, underage sexual relations. Nah, man. Penny also said Ed was abusive to Lorraine. Wow, okay. Sometimes Ed would actually have to slap her across the face to shut her up, claimed Penny in a recording. Some nights they were going to kill each other. Penny said her relationship with Ed ended in 2003 and she eventually married. Still, she allegedly remained friendly with Ed until his death. Quote, as I am older now, I can't even fathom why Lorraine let me stay there, she said in a recording. Lots of times I think about, why did I do this? Why did I screw up my life like this? Sometimes I get angry and when thinking about it, how so much was taken away from me. Oh my God, and that's just where the article ends. That's horrifying. I mean, first of all, there's a lot to break down there. In the movies, obviously, that's all I can kind of base it off of, because Ed and Lorraine Warren weren't very public until the movies kind of... They were public, you know, but they weren't as huge as they are now off the back of the movies. But, I mean... They have, in the movies, a very loving, close-knit relationship. They're very, you know, into each other, and it's, you know, so love-driven. Yet, Ed would allegedly beat Lorraine. There would be times where they want to, quote-unquote, kill each other. And Ed had sexual relations with a minor. And then to, you know, top everything off and make it just so much worse, he got her pregnant and then Lorraine made her have an abortion. Jeez. And this went on allegedly for 4 decades. For 40 years she went through that. This is mind-boggling. I did not expect to have that curveball thrown in there at the end. I never knew about this. And it's no surprise that, like I say, Warner Bros. Wants to keep this under wraps because, you know, Ed and Lorraine Warren are, you know, essentially, and their stories are their property. They bought and paid for it. So they're going to want to do everything that they can to protect the integrity of the Conjuring franchise because it's a huge moneymaker. I think there's another one coming out this October. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. I knew there was always something a little bit off with Ed and Lorraine, but I didn't think it was going to be that. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments while you're down there. Be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.